thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies of Wizards, and why did it down one of the most treasured sites in Christianity?
There's a new video this morning that sounds like making proof for not alone universe. UFO, form of a bright light, is descending over the dome of the rock of Jerusalem.
All right. Don't be shocked. There's no hat. That's right. It's a square head. Get used to it. It's only for a day or 10. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I am your host, Rish Georgiou. And we are live on a Monday. Veterans Day. November 11th, 2024. The year of our Lord Zitch. And what a special day, huh? Those veterans, they spilled that blood. That's what the red means on the flag. Spilled blood for this country. Sometime during the show, we'll say, let's have 2 seconds of silence, and then we'll have it, and then we'll move on. For the veterans. Well, 2 minutes is a long time. I heard they did that in the UK for their armpit day. I don't know, whatever they call it over there. I don't remember. What is it called? Armistice Day? Artipice? Armistice. Armistice. ARMSTICE. Is it armistice? Armistice? I know, I have to say it this way. It's armistice. Do people in the UK make fun of our? Do they? They make fun of our accent? But we don't say, we don't cut off anything. We don't cut off words and letters and leave them out. You've seen the Matt Rife special, the comedian, where he talks about how they say a bottle of water. They go, a bottle of water. There's like 3 letters in that whole thing. A B, a T, an L, and an E. A bottle of water. Oh, and the W. Yeah. So anyway, I'm joking. But it is Veterans Day, as they say on the East Coast. Veterans Day. You mean your dog has the day? No, not the vet. That vet, you schmohawk. I was wondering why the banks were closed and the post office. What are they going to do with our mail all day? Yeah, they get a day off now and then. Do they? Yeah, they did today. Did they? Yeah, they would. I would have been at them. I would have went there. Anyway, today we are 2 days, well, just about away. Wednesday is the UFO hearing, huh? Hearing what? You know what's happening. The same thing that happens, never, always, the same thing. We are going to see, I got this itch, how do you get it when you just can't get it? Oh, my God. Hold on, this is bad. This is real bad. Sorry, I had to get it, and I did. I was walking and scratching, and I was moving my leg like a dog when it felt so good. I had to. I took a shower, and then, I cut the hair, and now I've got, strands of it. I don't know how. Shouldn't be any hair back there on there floating around. We're going to talk about that thing in 2 days a little bit. Tomorrow's going to be a fun show. And then Jeff comes on Wednesday. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to talk about that naps. And we could talk a little bit about it tonight. That useless but very well made TV show on Netflix. You know what? You know what's Friday on Netflix? The Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. Is it Jake Paul? Am I saying his name right? Paul Jake? Lame Paul. My prediction is still the same. If Tyson doesn't beat him in the first round, he loses in the second or third round. Tyson does. I don't see they're doing 2-minute rounds, 14-ounce gloves, 10-ounce gloves, 10-ounce gloves. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, you know, I like the 2 minutes. That's what the women do. I don't know. I like 2 minutes and a minute rest. I think that should be what 3-minute rounds are tough. I don't know how these guys do it. Anyway, that's a lot of stuff going on this week. It's a very exciting week this November. And some weird weather disturbances down by Florida. Do you remember Saturday's show? That was the members show. Yes, it's removed because I talked about something. I won't even repeat it to give them because I must have said it 1,000 times because they're watching. How they caught me saying what I said? There's no way an algorithm would have caught that. Anyway, and to be honest with you, to be 100% honest, I really don't know what I said wrong. Still, I don't, because I didn't. It's weird. Yeah. Anyway, everything's fine. I'm just, why do you remove it? Why do you got to remove it? Let me just take out that 0.8 of a second. That's all it was. Not even a full second. This is what I think they think I was doing. But it wasn't. Anyway, during that show, I thought maybe there was an earthquake. Remember the rumbling? Some of the members were there. There was this rumbling noise that happened. And it didn't last long, maybe a couple of seconds at best. Like, like a big boulder just rolling down the street. Kind of fast, Could have been a car, could have been bass from a car, from a stereo. However, Sunday, they're saying, there were 2 earthquakes south of Florida, over by Cuba, a 5.5, and then another one that was a 6.8, I believe. Nothing to sneeze at, but nothing to say. I don't know. I think they screwed the days up. I know what I felt it in me. It was weird. It didn't sound like bass. I know bass. I lived with bass. Probably 45 years of my life with stereos. I love music. So I think I would recognize bass because it wasn't. It could have been. I'm not saying it was, or it wasn't. Or it was? I'm not saying it. I'm not guaranteeing it. Anyway, so a lot of weird things going on. And then we have which I think is going to be very disappointing. People are going to be really disappointed with this hearing on Wednesday. We're going to go live. If that thing's live, we'll go live when it happens. Right? Matter of fact, let's do roll call real quick, and then I'll check if I remember to see when that's on. And if you want to help support the beautiful Truthology for Ufology program, you know what to do. All the links are in the show description. All right, so, hey, woo Riders DG. How are you? Welcome to the show. Imagine when David Wilcock gets Botox injections in his head. He'll be as big as this. Look at this forehead. It's gotten bigger over my life. And I thought my hairline is the same, but I don't remember having such a big forehead. See, this is where I thought it came down to. Right here. This to me looks like it would be a regular size forehead. Right there, look. That looks like a normal forehead. Bloop. Am I losing my hair? I don't think so. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Hey, Bernie, I do care. I don't want to go... Well, I'll never go bald. I'm sorry. It's a show tonight, I tell you. Hey, welcome to the show. Zora, how are ya? Welcome to the show. Kelly Lewis, EW is here. There you are. The JJ, Angel, the angel of GUFON. Jeanette, welcome to the show. McGurk72, welcome to the show. Hey, David Wilcox, not Wilcock. Welcome to the show. Geez, most women complain about 2-minute rounds. See what you did there. That's not, hey. Teresa Pulio. I always hope I said that right. I think I did. Welcome to the show. Kabalion. Kybalion. Welcome to the gyro. Remember when I asked, is it gyro or gyro? You said gyro. I said I never would have thought it was gyro. That's why I don't forget. Welcome to the show. Mr. Sunshine, welcome to this show. Hope you're doing good. Paula Fowl. Roast. How you doing, Paula? Okay. Good. I would do the same. Welcome to the show. We were just talking. Don't worry about how we do it. Hey, Glenn Collins. Hi, Rich Giordano. How's things, brother? All good? Yeah, well, take care, brother. Bye-bye now. See you later. Have a prayer. Welcome to the show. Apostate plus tax and license. There is hopefully going to be some executive order that places like YouTube tell you what they censored you and why. You know what they did? They gave me a window of like 30 seconds. I'm like, well, I said a lot there. I mean, what? I think I know what it is. I'm not going to I think I know. And I was joking. And everybody would have known it was a joke. And anywho, it's all right. Welcome to the show. Yeah, someday, man. Someday. We have to do the same thing here that Elon did over there. Kind of even things out a little bit. I'm not sure what's going to happen now that, you see, they can't, you sell YouTube, Google goes with it, and so does other platforms. YouTube TV and some other stuff. I can't think of it. Right, music. I mean, there's a lot of things that go with it. It's not just YouTube. So many things are connected through that. It's a, what is it, $200 billion corporation or more now? Marcel, welcome to the show. Good to see ya. Gufonian Metal Head. What's up, Jeff Gavi? What do you say? JG. All right, if I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do. Time Surfing Alien, welcome to the show. Sky Allen, welcome to the show. Alfie Joe Bob, the AJB. Massey Corchi, Nicodama. Horchino. Hey, Jar Jar. Jar Jar knows. Horkichimaki Day. Yeah. All right, let's get started. Shall we? This is going to be a scary episode. I don't want to be negative every single show. You know, because I was thinking, like Alex Jones, every show, the end of the world's happening. Every show. We got World War III. We got a war over here. It's going to come over there. We got a war here. It's going to come here. Everything. The satellites are falling out of the sky. They're going to land on your house. You know, one thing leads to a disaster. Not one thing leads to another. It's just one thing leads to disaster with that guy. Every single show, it is the end of the world. You know, it wears on you a little bit. You're like, isn't there anything positive going on in ufology? In the world, you can always find, because that's all the news is. Right? Remember in the old days when we were growing up, the 80s, they actually, I don't know about you, but in Arizona, they had a segment that was a feel-good moment of the day segment because there's so many negative things in the news. So they thought adding that in, well, they found out during that 3 minutes, everybody checked out because they put it at the end of the program. Everybody checked out. You know what? I mean, it's like nobody's going to stick to the news to watch a good story. You know, they saved a dog. I like those stories. I don't see anything wrong with them. Why people would just get up and go? Well, then Jerry Springer popped up, right? That gave a good run for how many decades? It'd still be going if they had allowed it. Well, don't they? I think they still do, but now it's Steve, right? Isn't it Steve? It sells. So I think to myself, oh, you know, let's have a good show. Let's do a show and just talk about the evidence, talk about the stuff that we actually can verify, and let's talk about the cases that have come and gone that are positive, that have actually helped ufology. And I can't find many. It's very difficult. Very. Am I missing something? Oh, hold on a second. Hey, Mr. Sunshine. I thought I heard the bell go off. That's a way to start a Monday. I think there was something else that popped up, though. I thought I might have missed it. Let me pull it up. Let me refresh. Oh, yeah, Bernie. Bernie Muro was the first one. That's right. Yeah, Bernie with the $5. Let me pull that up. Did I say something about that? I think I went right into oh, here it is. Sorry, Bernie. Yeah, Bernie Muro. Yeah, I think I said, yeah, that's a way to start it off, right? And then I went somewhere else and did the roll call. Bernie! Throwing it out. First one of the night. $5, a continuing supporter of GUFON. The Big B. The Burn. The Bernie now. Hey, Viamit. Hey, I just wanted to say your name, see what it sounded like. Viamit. Thanks, B. And Mr. Sunshine, a continuing supporter as well of GUFON, new kind of member about, a week ago. Thank you very much for all the support that you've supplied in the recent months. Very interesting how the UFO field, it's just very odd. Don't you feel like it's odd now? Like something's wrong? Like it's something's changed. Something's missing. Yeah. Mr. Sunshine, thank you so much. That's like $74 or something, man. Thank you very much. That's Danish. I found. I had to look it up. I'm like, hey, what does this equate to, really? Like, holy shit, dude. I don't know, man, but thank you. A continuing supporter of GUFON. That's right. I don't have a baseball cap on tonight. You know why? I don't know. I didn't feel like I wanted airplanes to see the new runway that they could land on. Look at how big it is. Where did I get all this head? That sounded terrible. Absolutely horrible. I'm looking for a baseball cap. I'll get one on a video. All right. $8? Oh, okay. Thank you. Giddy up. Yeah. Hey, Josie. Angele. Josie. How is everybody? Jeff Garvey's here. Lunar Sparkles 1. How is everyone? How are you? Corey42, David Wilcox. Oh, I already said hi. All right. I got to say hi when I sees you. All right. So as I was saying, it seems like something is different. I don't know, man. So you know what I'm basing it on? I think it's the things I've been hearing kind of behind the scenes from people that I know that are telling me Wednesday there won't be any whistleblowers. I'm like, what? There will be one whistleblower. So we went from 0 whistleblowers. Well, it's not going to be what you think. It's going to be one whistleblower, and you already heard it. That's all I can say. That means nothing. I could have said that. Hey, everybody, I heard from a guy. See, I'm playing the same game everybody else is. What's wrong with that? Have you ever known me, seriously, up until just a few days ago, to ever say, I have a friend, I know somebody? No, I name the names of the people that I know. Hey, I know somebody, Jeff Willis. Hey, I know somebody, Tom King, whatever. Just throwing names out there, right? Hey, I know this one guy who lived in Cave Creek who gave me secret information. His name is Lambert. Tommy Lambert. It's a made-up name. This is why I don't trust Wednesday at all. Now, Wednesday could turn out to just be perfect. But I don't know what everybody's expecting to happen on Wednesday. We're going to look it up in a minute. But you see it, everybody knows. Rose Cuckold, all the people you saw in that thumbnail that I put up for tonight's show. There isn't one person on that thumbnail that I would trust. I don't even know if I trust George Knapp. Now, watching George Knapp's show on Netflix, he said something that really struck a chord with me about his professionalism, his ability to keep people's names private. And George Knapp said this, it was so amazing. It was perfect. So amazing, perfect. What English? He said, this is when you have too many thoughts going through your mind. He said, you only have one chance to mess up. And once you mess up, nobody will ever trust you again. So you can trust George Knapp to keeping names secret, as have I, as have many people, even Corbell. A lot of people can keep a secret in this field. Come to find out, a lot of people can make stuff up and sound like a real story. Fake news. We know that's not fake when you hear those two words put together. We learned all about it the last several years, watching the mainstream media do to Trump what they did to ufology, what they did to the health crisis, what they did to the border crisis, what they did to everything. Everything. Ufology's mixed in because that's the administration that everybody was banking on to trick and fool and fandangle, right? Everybody thought they were going to put one over on the people in Congress. And the savior that saved the day, my hero, Kirkpatrick. What's his first name? Scott? What's his first name again? Kirkpatrick from Arrow saved the day, saying, there was nothing there. Oh my God. Remember, I love the guy for that. not fake news. That's why Jeremy Corbell lost his shit, calling him a fraud, an asshole, treasonous, and everything else. Because he didn't play their game. He told the truth. There's not enough evidence that shows an alien presence, or that we have that here. No. It's the truth as he saw it for the time that he had to look through everything. Did Kirkpatrick know and see actual alien evidence? I bet you he didn't. I bet you he did not. I bet you he wasn't privy to it. And he wasn't just going to go by a Corbell Knapp story or agenda to further their careers. And any other whistleblower that's third hand playing the game of telephone. How can anybody believe what they were doing? Stephen Greenstreet gets shit on every freaking day. I've never seen anybody tell the truth as much as this guy. I mean, he brings out so much of the truth, and they can't keep up with him. So they just go after his character because it's quicker. So they make fun of him. They put up memes. They change his face. They make him look like he's puking on an alien or whatever. It's weird. And these are the same people who were all friends. So when you get the truth, what you see is you see people get triggered. And that, to me, is a sign that something didn't go their way, or they just can't believe you're not believing what they believe. See, you just can't believe because they say it. Who's they? Corbell, Knapp, Grush. Why? What? Elizondo? I wanted to believe them, all of them. I did. I even gave Tom DeLonge a chance. You did too. But this is what I mean. Where's the good in all of this? Where has it led us right now? Because now's all that matters. So whatever they did, where are we? Well, we have 2 congressional hearings coming up within 8 months, right? Now and then what? June, July next year? So we've got, I know this one in 2 days. Nice. Isn't it a subcommittee one? It's a little small. Not the big one with all the news agencies, or will it be live? Yeah, I'm going to look that up. Let's see if it's on live. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. I just want to see where. Yeah. And what day is that? On November 13th? All right. Here we go. All right. Watch live. Here it is. Second UFO hearing held by U.S. Congress. Okay, let's pull this up. Oh, so I have the link. All right. Well, I got the link. 39 hours. All right, let me save it. Nah. We'll save it in GUFON. There. Done. All right. Anyway, it says Americans deserve to understand what the government has learned about UAP sightings and the nature of any potential threats these phenomena pose. Pull it up so you could read it. All right, here we go. Do you see what I see? All right, put that there. No. Put me back up and let me just read. Okay, all right. So they deserve to know. The U.S. government is holding another hearing on UFOs, and you can watch it live. The U.S. House of Representatives Committee on Oversight and Accountability will administer the hearing titled UAP, Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena, Exposing the Truth. The name of the event refers to UFOs by their new preferred acronym. See, this right here pisses me off more than anything that has come through in the last 7 years. That's not the intent of UAP. UAP was not supposed to be the new acronym. That is a mainstream media accident on purpose. Because UAP, for those of you who don't know, and I am yelling because I'm pissed, because UAP determines government reported UFOs, civilian UFOs. I report it. I don't work for the government. It's a UFO. Someone in the military works for the government, maybe even a congressman or the president sees a UFO. They call it a UAP. I know you're going to say I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Because that's how it started out. And I think Hillary Clinton even said, we've been calling them the government, UAPs, because that's what we see, or something like that. Matter of fact, let me pull it up. I'm going to pull that up. I want to see what Hillary said. Hillary says UAP for the first time. Oh, it's on Jimmy Kimmel, right? Here it is. In 2016. Oh, wait. I got to make sure you just hear that. Because you get in trouble with playing Jimmy Kimmel or TV shows. I can only play 7 seconds. Hold on. He says, if I was president, that'd be the first thing I'd go into, those files. And he said Bill Clinton did do that. And then he didn't find anything. And she's like, well, now she says, well, I'm going to do it again. And you know, there's a new name. Unexplained aerial phenomena, she just said. Okay, I'm wrong. Listen. She says that's the new, wait, what? Norman Klacher? Who's Norman Klacher? Watch. Here it is. This is just a snippet.
Yep,
Really?
Yep, UAP. That's the latest nomenclature.
I like the old one. I like UFO. I don't.
Yeah, she said unexplained anomalous object, I think she called it.
Really?
Yep, UAP. That's the latest nomenclature.
Yeah, we know Norman Klacher. Got it.
Phenomenon.
Unexplained aerial phenomena.
Yep,
Really?
Yep.
Phenomenon. Doot. Aerial phenomenon. So that's apparently the first time she said it. And that's the new term that was put out by some guy named Norman Klacher. Come on, everybody. Now that I've proven myself wrong, I still don't believe that's the new Norman Klacher UAP. I don't believe that. Nobody likes saying it. Only those people like saying it. Yeah. It's not good. America will not stand. The world won't be calling them UAPs in 50 years. Only mainstream media will. I don't know, maybe 100 years. Because there still won't be any disclosure. Sorry, I know there's a phenomenon going on. But they've been keeping it secret for a long time. How long? I don't know. You know, I don't think up until recently the UFOs started staying away from us. And you see all those old paintings and shit like that, where they come down and they're having juice with everybody, you know, they're exchanging gifts, right? They're dancing around the fire. That's what I like to believe. But they did. They came down. They interacted. And I think it might have to do with the lack of weaponry. Oh, weaponry. I think it has a lot to do with that. It makes me sad. Because everywhere they go, why? Oh, wait, hold on. So it does make sense why they would go to a school where children are. They know there's no guns there, right? Makes sense. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Now, Rendlesham Forest, I don't get it. There's guns everywhere. What are they doing over there? Oh, they were looking at the nuclear. Nah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, there's something going on, but are they a threat? Well, according to George Knapp, I was watching his show on Netflix, and he's talking about how, remember back in the 70s, they had that attack on the Brazilians, I believe it was? And it went on for months, and the government got involved, and some people were even killed, but they were attacked. Colares, right? Yeah, there was the movie just came out, documentary, whatever. And George says, according to the witnesses, shit's still happening. I don't know. Maybe I heard it wrong. Sounded like they said it's still going on. Yeah, I can't. Let me get rid of this before I say something I shouldn't. Oh, God. I want to talk about things, but now I don't know. All right, hold on. I got a snag here for something. What did I do? Refresh. So Marco Rubio. This is the update. The Senate UAP update. I wanted to talk about this real quick. Marco Rubio, Republican, Florida, is set to chair Senate Intel or take a key Trump admin position. Adam Schiff, Democrat, California, won a Senate seat. Ruben Gallego, Democrat, Arizona. Co-sponsored UAP legislation and is likely to win a Senate seat. So this looks pretty good. If you're on the outside, me, I want to say it's good, but I can't. I don't. There's nothing these guys are doing that instills confidence in me. Adam Schiff is one of the shadiest people I've ever seen in politics. He gives Biden a race. Biden's the worst. Biden's the epitome of dog shittery, tomfoolery, lies, everything, treason. That guy should be in prison, in my opinion. And this guy should follow him. And I can't believe I have to listen to this disgusting piece of human. I don't like him. I think everything about him is evil, as you can imagine. So he doesn't get a big screen to listen. You can hear him for a second. But listen to what they're saying.
Really corroborating.
Oh, shut off.
In the past, if a pilot saw something, there wasn't any way of really corroborating, was this human error, was this fatigue on the pilot's behalf, was this a problem with the instrumentation? But now there are any number of documented incidences where there are multiple instruments recording something out there.
So far, telling me nothing. What is this? From the TV show? I can't keep playing this. Here we go. We can play that.
Very high clearances, both today and in the past, who did really important work for our government or continue to do important work for the government, who have come forward with some claims about the U.S. having in the past recovered exotic materials and then reverse engineered those materials to make advances in our own defenses and technologies.
Sorry, people who have had firsthand knowledge, who claim to have firsthand knowledge of seeing this type of thing?
That's or have firsthand knowledge or firsthand claims of certain things. Some are public figures, and you've heard from them in the past. Others, have not shared publicly. Again, we are trying, all of them have, in many cases, understandings of different elements of this firsthand. They may have heard some of the other pieces. Most of these people, at some point, or maybe even currently, have held very high clearances and high positions within our government. So you do ask yourself, like, what incentive would so many people with that kind of qualification, these are serious people, have to come forward and make something up?
We've also been...
Hold on. His question is, people with such high clearance and respect and all that, why would they put that all on the line to talk about UFOs? Wow, you would think that would fly in this day and age, but that comment doesn't fly anymore, does it? Does it? I thought we were beyond that. I thought the government saw past that and they weren't going to be the stigma, laughing, playing the music, X-Files in the background when they're talking kind of people anymore. Thought they weren't going to laugh at the mention of UFOs. So let's hope they don't. Yeah, Marco Rubio, that's why there's not much of a risk anymore to talk lively about UFOs. And there are, the weird thing is there are some people that can get away with saying stuff. It's weird. Not everybody seems like they have the personality to pull it off. Maybe this guy does. We all go by personality. We go by whether we like this guy. Is he trustable? Is he trustable? That's a new word. You can use it. Is he trustworthy? Trustable. So when I see some of these people speaking, immediately I'm in the back of my head going, no, they are untrustworthy. They lied about this, that, and the other thing. You really believe they're going to start telling the truth about UFOs? What's in it for them? This. Pat on the back, handshake deals, going out behind the house, kicking somebody's ass, right? All that shady shift. Leader Schumer. Ugh.
Notified by multiple credible sources that information on UAPs has also been withheld from Congress, which, if true, is a violation of the laws requiring full notification to the
Says the guy who broke the law every day for 6 years.
legislative branch.
And the reason why I'm being cautious, I'm not trying to be evasive, but I am trying to be protective of these people. Some of these people still work in the government. And frankly, a lot of them are very fearful of their jobs, fearful of their clearances, fearful of their career.
Oh, hey, how can they be? How could I go by what I just said? I thought that everybody was okay. There was no stigma anymore. I'm confused. We've got Rubio saying that, hey, we're going to come out here and we're going to talk, but now, there's people who are scared to come out. So are they coming out to talk, or are they going to get cold feet right before they're supposed to go on stage? Because these people can pull out anytime they want. And we've got here today, where'd he go? door swinging. He decided not to whistleblow. That might happen, believe it or not. Can you imagine if that happens on Wednesday? One of the whistleblowers, if not the only one, just gets up and walks out. Mr. Sunshine throwing it down again. Why? What? Thank you very much. Continuing supporter of GUFON and mucho gusto e generoso. Well, thank you, Mr. Sunshine. I appreciate that. On Veterans Day. Yes. Happy Veterans Day, Elmons. Of all days. Thank you. I'm not a veteran, but I kind of feel like I should have been. You guys don't know about my history. Does everybody remember? There was nobody here, I think, when I first started GUFON. I don't think there's anybody here. We did a show, and oh my God, I don't want to get into it. I'll tell you briefly. We had a reincarnation show, and I had a dream when I was a kid, and I had it several times, and then it just stopped. About 13 or 14. And it was a dream where I was getting shot in the back and waking up with back spasms and feeling like my back was burning from the bullets. I'd never been shot, but I asked people, what does it feel like when you get shot? And they said, it hurts. Like, how? Like, does it burn? Yeah, it burns. So it feels like you're burning on the inside. It's very painful. And I would wake up and my back would be twitching where I would get shot. And the dream would get a little longer and a little longer. And I found out I know it sounds like Forrest Gump, but I was running away from the enemy and I got shot in the back. And the weird thing is, we looked up the guy, I think it was the first American, and I don't know how or when or what, but about 9 months before I was born, 9.5, because I was born late. It was about 9 months and a week or something. And the guy's first name was Richard. He was the first American named to die in Vietnam. So I may be reincarnated and got this guy's name even, but he didn't die from gunshot. Not that I remember. I don't think he died well, maybe he did, but it wasn't getting shot in the back. But I thought that was kind of interesting that around that time that guy died named Richard, I was being inseminated into my mother. Sorry, Dorothy. But it's true. Not artificially. Anyway, so yeah, we did a show like that. And I don't know why I brought that up. There was a reason. Hold on, it's coming back. I have no idea why I brought that up. Thank you, Mr. Sunshine, again. I have no idea why I went that way. But it's interesting. I don't know where I was going. All right. So we found out that UAP, according to Hillary Clinton, is supposed to be the new acronym. And then we found out that these guys are going to be part of the UAP. I don't know what's going on. The UAP laws. Are they going to be making laws, getting legislation approved, all that stuff, right? Burchett, all these people. It's Doors Wednesday? I don't know what he's... Lou Elizondo's lawyer, Todd McMurdy, made veiled legal threats against John Greenwald of the Black Vault over his coverage of Lou Elizondo ICIG complaint. Here is John breaking it down from 2022. It's public record, stickler. Who gives a shoot? Hey, let's take a listen. It's public record. Nah. Well, he's just making veil threats like he always does. Lou's got the worst lawyer, I think. I don't know. Everything he says never happened.
Video as a response to the avalanche of dialogue that started after my last video. That dialogue was in part good, but also in part bad. But I wanted to speak to all of you to give you an update and hopefully maybe even answer a question or two that you have had since I posted my breakdown of Luis Elizondo's IG complaint. As that video was playing for the first time, I was spending the day with my son at the arcade. I never like missing my YouTube premieres. That way I can spend a lot of time with you guys. But time with my son means more than anything. So I left my office and checked in a few times when I could just to say hi. But while at the arcade, I got a text message on my cell phone from a friend. I was told Mr. Elizondo was retweeting a lawyer, and that lawyer was seemingly warning me directly about my video and defaming Mr. Elizondo. Let me read his exact words. Surely hope you don't defame Lou Elizondo. It is well documented that he was the director of ATIP, and any participation in a plan to cast doubt on that #truth is a knowing effort to defame and sow disinformation. It's legally actionable. Mr. Elizondo retweeted that not once, but twice. Mr. Elizondo stated first, "It's nice working with professionals. Thank you, Todd." And then a second tweet 14 minutes later. I was the director of ATIP. It has been well documented, and I've been the subject of a campaign of defamatory disinformation by multiple parties. Again, my thanks to Todd McMurtry.
This is 2 years ago. Aren't we still unsure? I can't keep listening. It's so funny.
Now, one thing to note, my video was still premiering, and what that means is it was playing for the first time.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah. We don't have to go over all that again, but anyway, unbelievable. They're still talking about that. Why, though? Yeah, that was 2 years ago. I don't get it. In my head, I'm trying to think of something positive to talk about. Oh, David Wilcox, not Wilcox, sent $20 on PayPal. Hey, man, thank you very much. With a question, did you get the name of that lawnmower? Yes. Lawnmower. Why am I not getting that? Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. As always, a continuing supporter of GUFON. And Dusty Nathan Plastics. Oh, Nathan. Happy Veterans Day, man. Thank you for your service. Nathan sent $2.22 on PayPal as well. Man, thank you so much. I'm glad you're here and or listening. I appreciate it, man. And seriously, I keep forgetting. I didn't know. I forgot. Thank you so much. Guy's a stud. Thank you, all veterans. Yeah. Thanks, Nathan. Man, I appreciate it. I'm glad you're doing okay, I guess. Good to see you around. Hey, we got over 100 people. Yeah, well, it's nice for a change. Nice. We used to get 150 on the daily, right? Remember those days? All right, so let's bring this up. Now let's get into the good stuff. I was waiting till we hit 100. So, all right. Wednesday, there will be something that is going to not blow the roof off anything. Expect a major disappointment Wednesday. We know that. I kind of already said what I think it's going to be. It's got whistleblowers. And one of the things that is not going to happen is any evidence, any disclosure, and anything new. We're not going to hear, we're just going to hear somebody confirming something that's already happened. I promise. That's the major disappointment. But there's going to be something else. I hope it comes true. Now, I'm watching this George Knapp series on Netflix. And it's okay. It started off good, and then it just got to be a repeat of everything we've gone over the last 7 years, with just a little extra footage or, some extra story that we haven't heard of, right? It didn't make it into mainstream news or the documentary or the video on YouTube, TikTok, or anywhere else. So that's the extra footage. That's the extra, and that's it. You don't get anything new with the Netflix series with George Knapp. I'm sorry, and I'm not. But that's the way it is. All right, next. Okay. All right, you want to talk about something nice? You want to talk about something nice? Do you remember the hum? The hum? You remember the hum? Everybody heard the hum. And then everybody started hearing the trumpets in the sky. Oh, it's the 7 trumpets of heaven or something. Well, a Mexican TV station has released footage of a UFO sucking a human being into the UFO through anti-gravity. The TV station announcer said that alien abductions are a frequent and frightening occurrence in Mexico. A Mexican TV station. It's the TV. It's the news, guys. Have you seen this? I hear that somebody got memberships. Let me play this video. So this was captured on Mexico TV, on the news. Okay? That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Here we go. Captado un whatever.
Por favor, no mires este vídeo, ¿vale? Alucinante abducción captado en México. Esto es una barbaridad. Podemos ver ahí el ovni perfectamente. Y si le damos al zoom, fijaros cómo parece un ser humanoide que va hacia el ovni, ¿eh? Según el zoom, mira, ahí se ve con más detalle. Esto es una barbaridad. Fijaros, mira cómo sube. ¿Cómo te quedas viendo esto, amigo? ¿Te gustaría ser abducido o alguna vez lo fuiste? Esto es una barbaridad. Al lorito, que se vienen más cosas.
Abduction impresionat. Here I come. Look at this thing. Huh? Do we bring it to you or do we bring it to you here at GUFON? Come on, it doesn't get any better than this. TV. So, is it fake? Well, it can't be. It was on Mexico TV. They don't fake it in Mexico. Everything's real. Even the Moomy Doomies. Look at this thing. Look at the separation. Look at the separation. And then all of a sudden it attaches. Oh, is it because the body was in half? And we got the torso and we got a head and shoulders, but we don't have a pelvic or the legs. Oh, there we go. Now we got a full body. Wouldn't it be great if the bottom half just slipped off and smashed to the ground? Whoops. It looked like the tractor beam. It didn't hold the guts. This is supposed to be real. If you showed this to me, if you sent this to me privately, I would have laughed. I would have said, are you absolutely Jaime Maussan? That means nuts. Are you Jaime Maussan? You would have said, like a cashew. This is crazy. Come on. This is real. Hey, until you tell me that's not on TV, that was recorded during a live show. You can't tell me any different. Why? Why? Why can't that be real? Didn't I say it? I've been saying it for 17 million years. You and me, I won't know either. I'll calm down. You and I wouldn't know an abduction. You and I wouldn't know a UFO. You and I wouldn't know what an alien looked like. If all three of those came at one time, we wouldn't know. We would say fake, 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 fake. Just like Elaine. She faked all her orgasms, even with Jerry. Like Meryl Streep. Fake, 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 fake. You faked all of them? I just didn't have them back then. God, I thought I was really good. If that's not the real deal, okay, check it out one more time. If this isn't real, I tell you, then we have a problem with mainstream media, even in Mexico. Even in Mexico.
México, esto es una barbaridad. Podemos ver ahí el ovni perfectamente. Y si le damos al zoom, fijaros cómo parece un ser humanoide.
Fijaros.
O sea, con el zoom, mira, ahí se ve con más detalle. Esto es una barbaridad.
It's the real deal. It's the real deal. Somebody said hidden underbelly. Let's go check hidden underbelly. Ah, Richie. Now you got me all wired. Where are you? Oh, we have here we go. Let's see if the hid bell got anything on it. Hidden underbelly. No. He doesn't even care. 12 days ago. Jesus. 2 months ago. He doesn't even care anymore. Bell-shaped. Oh, come on, Hid. What happened to Hid? Hidden Belly? All right, well, let's try Mr. MBB 333. There we go. There it is. Now that's there it is. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. He doesn't have it either. 3 hours ago. Pilot couldn't believe what he saw out the window. Nah. People were totally freaking out. No. Nah. Something caught trying to sneak under Earth? All right, let's get back to reality for a second. No, we're going to get off that. All right. So. A UFO was spotted on highway to Milwaukee. And this is crazy. This has got to be the 6th bell-shaped sighting from 5 different states now that I've seen in the last 3 days. Now today's 3 days. This is really strange. I'm going to show this to you and you're going to be a little curious like me. You're going to wonder if this is, hold on. Jesus. I hit so many wrong buttons in a day. It's crazy. Check this out. Whoa. No, not that. Here it is. So here's an image. Saw this blue light. Bell-shaped thing, he says. And your mother's got 16 stone. Stayed at the same place for about 3 hours. Anyone know what this is? I can see a bell-shaped thing from far away, and it's a really big space of blue light, like really, really blue. He means it. You ready? All right, let's open it up. Look at this. I mean, forget the beam. That's just, but here it is. That is bizarre. He's under it. Wow. Travis Walton, here I come. Look at this. I don't know. Now, the sad thing is that we see this blown up clip. Let's see this here. Watch. Which is this, that I think he's trying to cover up. Maybe there's a light shooting up. I'm not sure. I think this light is not the blue beam, but we don't know. We don't know, because why does he cover it up? Here, you can see it right here. Comes down, but he drowns it out, it looks like. And then you get under it. Well, I don't know, man. Pretty cool. Don't know. I want to know, but I have a feeling we'll never know. Such is life. Thank you, Hilary. Danny Jones. Do you guys know who that is? Suggests that, hey, he says it seems like abductions have stopped. I've been saying that for 20 years. Since the early 2000s, because you don't hear about these cases anymore. Randall Nickerson replies, as far as I'm aware, it's still happening. Just from people I know that are working on it, investigating it. You know, that is interesting, right? That people are finally noticing. I've been saying it forever. Since I got into this field, like immediately, soon as YouTube came out in 2006, the stories of abductions disappeared within a year. People stopped having them. Nobody believed them on the internet. Everybody was going on the internet, sharing their experiences, right? And then people started getting hip to it. They're like, hey, wait a minute. You should have some video if you're getting abducted every night. Then the videos came out. Remember the videos where people were making believe they were getting abducted? They'd get sucked into their bed. They'd go through the roof. They made all of these magic tricks and hallucinations to fool everybody, and everybody figured it out. And abductions got pushed to the side. Sadly, at that same time, we lost a very good and unneeded, but I'll say we needed it at the time. The guy who took the implants out died. John Lear? What's his name? Jimmy? You know the guy. When he died and YouTube came out and saw the bullshit, both of those things together, abduction scenarios couldn't survive. Now, where are we now? Some 18, 20 years later. We're talking about demons and angels that are being interpreted as aliens on spaceships. That's where we're at. When I started here in 2004, that was no. Can't do that. Nobody's talking about that. Well, we did. Took about 15 years for everybody else to catch up. But we were. A lot of people were. Now mainstream media wants in. And I don't trust them. With all of the fake shit that we saw over the last 7 years, from TTSA supposedly building this ship, this transmedium ship, never happened, closed business, took everybody's $3.5-4 million, made TV show for Lou, and then that propelled Lou outside of TTSA into his own new world where he got the book. What's next for Lou? He's just going around talking for thousands of dollars. I'm pretty sure he makes probably 25 grand. 20 grand. I think it's 20. I think he makes about 20 grand. I heard today. I heard that to do a speak, to guest speak, up to 50 grand. That's not chump change for a guy who can't keep his story straight. I find it amazing that he was only going to be 2 hours away from me. And then I find out about a week ago he canceled the Florida visit. Why? Why? Is he too close to the truth? Because I am coming. Wherever he gets within my radius, we will meet. Babaloo. All right. Abductions have stopped. Mainstream media never talked about them. Isn't that funny? Whistleblowers. We hear from Grush that there are pilots. Never said alien. You just said pilots. See what I mean? You never said alien pilots. You said UFOs and the pilots. And you guys want to believe him. No way. I wouldn't believe anything that guy says with ufology. David Grush is not a whistleblower. Can we all agree on that? Please say yes. What happened? Hold on, let me see. There were what? New members? Oh, hold on. Did I not? Oh, yeah. I didn't read those off. Mr. Sunshine gifted five memberships. Oh, Anjali got one. Tacey Hale. I'm sorry, I don't mean to yell. Robert Morgan. Way to go, man. You got one too. Rogue Trooper got one, and Justin King. Hey, man. Mr. Sunshine's laying it all out tonight. Thank you so much for helping this, the little machine that could and did and will again. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I think that's great. You'll see. I'm not going to say anything, but thank you for making them members. Well, you didn't. You got them the chance. YouTube randomly picks who gets those memberships. Doesn't that suck? Well, this way you don't keep giving them out to the same people. But I say whatever, you know. All right. I'm going to play this clip about what I just talked about. I want to hear what other people think about no more abductions going on. I want to hear why they think the abductions, at least the stories, aren't getting out there like they used to. And I agree with that. Do you know how many people in the last 5 years I met that said they were abducted? It's less than 10. It's less than 5. Matter of fact, the number's 3. People that have spoken to aliens, I've had many of those. I lost count. It's interesting, right? How that flipped around. No more abductions being really the hot, but you know, you can talk to them. That's the new thing. Well, it's not new. It's just reaching everybody. Here we go.
Like I told you on the phone earlier, it feels like, and like I talked with Whitley, it seems like it has stopped since the early 2000s, because you don't hear about these cases anymore. You don't hear all the big abduction cases. They happened in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s. So I think Betty and Barney Hill were in the 60s. But
he said you don't hear about them anymore? Because we heard about them. Is that what he said?
Since the early 2000s, because you don't hear about these cases anymore. You don't hear.
Okay, who cares about the old cases? Bring in the new.
All the big abduction cases. They happened in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s. So I think Betty and Barney Hill were in the 60s. But not anymore. It's not a topic. It's not a new topic anymore. It doesn't seem like.
I think it's been, as far as I'm aware, it's still happening. Just from people I know that are working on it, investigating it, even conversations with people recently, because I've been getting a lot of people contacting me from the film.
From what film? From the Rua film?
From the
People don't want stuff. People don't want their business on the internet. Right? That's what happened. They saw what happened once YouTube got huge, Facebook took over MySpace, and Twitter became X. I mean, Twitter just, it's Twitter to me, but yeah, it's really strange. They're not coming up with any reasons for it.
So yeah, I think it's just not being covered in a serious way.
I just realized why. I'm so dumb. Did you guys figure it out? No. Ziegfiegel's so quiet now in spite of the hearings coming up? Yes. We'll get to that. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you, Jeff. Very good. Yeah, because he put his foot in his mouth too many times. Okay, the reason they're not talking about abductions, I figured it out. I know 100% why. Forget about everything I just said before I said that. It's because we're talking about the government and they don't talk about abductions. They only talk about Tic Tac, their 3 videos, and that's it. They can't talk about abductions. Have you noticed that? It's because of them. Mainstream media won't talk about abductions. And I don't even think there have been any movies that have focused on the alien abduction. In the George Knapp series, they talked about cattle mutilations. That's new, but it's still going on. But you don't hear about it that much. Not like you used to, because mainstream media lays off certain things now, because guess who's running the show? That's right, this administration that's running ufology. And pretty soon, it's all going to be changing in January, if it hasn't started already. That's why Lou and everybody else on that side of ufology said if we don't have disclosure by August, September, we're not going to have it at all. Well, in recent years, in the next decade. Because now all those people, most of those people they worked with are going to be fired or let go, whatever, one thing or another. Everything's changing. Yeah, Rubio will still be there and the same people. Those people will be there. But you got new minds. You got a whole new world of people to talk to and convince that what they've been doing the last 7-8 years is for national security. And they're going to say, well, whatever. Well, we don't have any evidence. We just know that it's happening. Okay. There's a threat. Why there's a threat? Because they come in our national secure airspace with impunity. Have they knocked down any airplanes, shoot at anything? No. Well, you're going to get a bunch of people that may not agree with their way of doing business and don't want to give funding for the UFO program. They're going to find a way to not do anything with UFOs. Oh, I say and put the money towards something we need, like roads, infrastructure, bridges. I don't want the money going to ufology. I don't. I really don't. And it might not. We may not have any more congressional hearings for years after this next one. Another thing I heard. It may be another 3 to 5 years after this. That's how much the Trump administration is not going to buy into the UFO story, because the money needs to go to the country. It'll go to Space Force before it goes to ufology. You see what I mean? Ufology is going to be in a very dark place in the next few years. So suck it up. Enjoy everything that we see on mainstream media, because it's going away. It's going back to the way it was. You're going to see the brakes are already put on. It's over. We're going back to the quiet time. We had our time. They had their turn. Now we go back into the dark ages. Now we're just going to talk about what could have been, what should have been, and what didn't happen. Sad. Very sad. I'm telling you, I'm right. I don't want to be. I really don't want to be. And we got all of these people. Rose Cuckold, another one, right? Rose Couthart, whatever her name is. He expects the CIA Office of Global Access will be forced to admit within months, that they criminally, illegally lied to the public, president, and Congress about UFO-related non-human intelligence. I left a scathing message for him today. Scathing. I'm not even going to read it. I'm not proud of it. Zifiogor? Where is Brandon Zigfiogor de Fiora of Skinvaka Ranch? He kept his mouth shut. He opened it up one too many times. And reality set in. I think Brandon Fugel needed to take a break. He was doing more harm than good. Matter of fact, I haven't even checked on Brandon Fugel because I don't see his name anywhere. I don't see his name nowhere. I don't. Anywhere. Nobody's talking about him. It's interesting. I'm going to look more into it. But that is interesting, Jeff Gavi. What's up, Bob Marley? Paul Callaghan? Ragin', everybody. I'm going to play this clip. It's Rose. She's on the road. Well, you'll see.
I don't see why admitting the existence of a non-human intelligence engaging with this planet, something that is categorically denied by the Pentagon, and remember that in a few months' time when the Pentagon is forced, and I suspect it will be, into a groveling admission, how are they going to justify their behavior? How are men, primarily men, and officials in the CIA's Office of Global Access going to explain the fact that they have egregiously, criminally, illegally lied to the public and to the president and to the Congress?
I stopped it exactly the way I wanted it to. Really? Does this guy know what he's talking about? Does he know what he's doing? Does he not know? Does he not know who the FBI, the CIA, the NHI, the UAP, the UFO, the FCC? Doesn't he know all these people? He's so stupid. They don't have to tell anybody anything. Have you ever seen those congressional hearings and those meetings that they have? Mr. Landry, you were here last October saying that David Grush knows that there's NHI, and you denied it even though there's factual evidence and a paper trail with video evidence leading to the capture and the enclosure in fluid of unknown origin to keep aliens in a Well, I don't know what state that would be in, cryoesis or whatever you call it. Keep them frozen in liquid. I don't understand how it works. But you denied the truth. You need to admit now that you have that evidence and you are hiding it. Sir, I have no idea what you're talking about. And quite frankly, I'm going to plead the fifth. Quite frankly, wait, you didn't even put those sentences together in the right, whatever. They don't have to say anything. Who's going to admit to a crime without pushing it over to somewhere? Well, it would go like this. Actually, what you're saying is not completely false. I did hide evidence. Yeah, I know. I did hide evidence. You're a little late. I mean, really. And I did see and lock those alien beings in the liquid. Yes, I did that, but I did it as an order. But you, sir, you are the one that's here today. Correct? And it is you, sir, that has to tell the truth about this, right? To my knowledge, yes. No, you tell us the truth. You tell us everything. Do you understand? I'll tell you what I know, and that's nothing. I know nothing. All I know is that I closed the container. I didn't know what was in it. I assumed it was something important, maybe like a woolly mammoth or, I don't know, some animal. I'm not thinking alien while I'm locking it in there and it's screaming my name. Please don't lock me in here. Rose Cuckold is on another level of stupidity. Wants us to believe in the unbelievable, the unverifiable, the unprovable. Rose Cuckold wants us to be like him. Just accept what they tell us and then selectively choose the things we want to believe without any evidence at all. He knows somebody somewhere who knows of a building that's on top of a UFO that was too big to move. I can't tell you where it is. So you mean to tell me you and the people who built it are the only people on the planet who know about? Shut off. Just shut off. If that was the truth, it would have been world-known knowledge. It would be a place people would go to and take pictures of and send to their family on postcards. Hey, this building over here covers a UFO. We can't see it, but it's there because Rose Cuckold said so. Give me a break. Who thinks we should release the names of the people on Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick's secret advisory board right before the UAP hearing? You know, the board that Sean and the Department of Defense refused to tell Congress about. Yeah, we should spill the beans. What a silly, 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 silly man. Fat Mord. Among the 4 witnesses testifying during Wednesday's congressional UFO hearing, it appears that only Tim Gallaudet has provided pre-hearing written testimony. And here it is, with key ideas or statements bold. Chairwoman Macy, Chairwoman Grothman, ranking members Connolly and Garcia, and members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to testify before you. Let me pull it up. Regarding the UAP phenomena. On confirmation that UAPs are interacting with humanity came for me in January 2015 when I was serving as the commander of the Naval Meteorology and Oceanography Command. At the time, my personnel were participating in a pre-deployment naval exercise off the U.S. East Coast that included the USS Teddy Roosevelt Carrier Strike Group. This exercise was overseen by the U.S. Fleet Forces Command, led by a 4-star admiral who also served as my superior. During this exercise, I received an email on the Navy's secure network from the operations officer of Fleet Forces Command. See what I mean? The email was addressed to all subordinate commanders, and the subject line read in all capital letters, "Urgent safety of flight issue." The text of the email was brief but alarming, with words to the effect, "If any of you know what these are, tell me ASAP. We are having multiple near mid-air collisions, and if we do not resolve it soon, we will have to shut down the exercise." See, to me, that sounds fake. And if we do not resolve it soon, this sounds made up. We'll have to shut down the exercise. Do we get to see this document? Because I really want to. I want to see that email. Attached to the email was what is now known as the Go Fast video, captured on the forward-looking infrared sensor on board. Oh, no. The implication of the email was clear. The author was asking whether any of the recipients were aware of classified technology demonstrations that could explain these objects. All right. The very next day, the email disappeared from my account, and those other recipients without explanation. Oh, I told you. I told you. It's fake. He's making it up. God, I can't prove it. Just as much as he can't prove what he's saying. And I think this is part of the script that what I read before didn't make sense, didn't sound legit. And if we don't resolve it soon, that doesn't make sense. The way he's... All right. Anyway, everything disappeared magically, just like Elizondo's emails. Remember that? Supposed to stay there 7 years, and they were gone in 2 or 1. Moreover, Rover, the commander of Fleet Forces and his operations officer, never discussed the incident again, even during weekly meetings specifically designed to address issues affecting exercises like the ones in which the Teddy Roosevelt Strike Group was participating. The lack of follow-up was concerning. I concluded that the UAP information must have been classified within a special access program managed by intelligent agents. So this is all the stuff Tim Gallaudet is going to talk about, this Mohawk. He's the one whose daughter, psychic daughter, had interactions with a spiritual being. Interesting, yeah? Yeah. You hear that in my voice? The snide snarkiness of him having a daughter who is, for all intents and purposes, a fucking loon. No, I'm kidding. I just wanted to say it is supposedly psychic and seeing things. So you'd think there would be evidence, especially from that guy. That guy has got the know-how. No, let me take that back. That guy has access to all the technology one would need to capture a spirit in his house, visiting his family. But we didn't get that, did we? We didn't get that. Why? Why? You guys want to see a UFO? This one I have no explanation for. Here are some clear examples of what people are calling type 1 spheres in a V formation. And he says, notice the relay point appearing at the center rear position, matching the examples below in the diagram I shared with U.S. Senator Gillibrand and Trump, you might want to check this out. I'm not sure about this, yo. Yo. What am I? Yo. Why would I say yo? I'm not a yo type of guy. Here we go, yo. What do you think? I know, right? This formation right here, first of all, I'm going to say it. We're looking at flares. This formation is so common with flares, you have no idea. I think every time I've taped flares being dropped, this was a formation that showed up every single time, over 30 times. Isn't that weird? But I think this guy, and you can see reflections in the water from the heat. I think this is on reverse X-ray. You know, X-ray, that you can make your videos look reversed. X-ray or
oh my god,
sepia or unnatural or old or 1918. Wow. Yeah, these are flares. You can see the reflection of the heat in the water.
Are you seeing that?
Yeah, flares. Yeah, flares. Notice how she said, "Are you seeing that?" She didn't say, "Do you see the UFOs?" Let's see if she says that. They're UFOs. No, they're not. They're 20-second, 10-second, 30-second flares. Look, every you can tell they were dropped in the position reverse of this. I bet you it's 5 seconds in between the final one. Let's see when this goes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How'd I know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How did I know 5 seconds was the in between? Because that's what I do. Flares. You got it. You got it. That's all that is. And that person sent it to Senator Gillibrand. Do you understand why the government won't deal with you? The public? For putting shit like that in their mailbox. You and your freaking dots and your stupid flares. You don't know what you're doing. Trying to trick them. People. You. So, in preparation for the November 13th UFO hearings, it's worth rewatching this key moment in the congressional disclosure process, which remains the high watermark to this day. I know I'm overreacting. You know what it is? It's the big forehead tonight. I'm nervous. I feel like everything's out in the open now. All right, ready? Just watch this for a minute.
Raise their right hands.
See, this is the problem right here. None of these guys believe in God.
Swear.
So everybody who swears is a liar. That's what I wanted to show. They don't believe in God, so they could easily lie and put their hand on that Babel. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Let's see what Bert Shit says here.
Do you have any personal knowledge of people who have been harmed or injured in efforts to cover up or conceal these extraterrestrial technology?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Personally.
In the last couple of years, have you...
Who was injured? Yes, it was David Fravor. He got burnt on his forehead. Why can't they tell us? Names make you legit. Don't be a cuckold.
You had incidents
Rose cuckold.
Be in fear for your life.
Hold on. What the most beautiful woman in the world say?
Personally.
In the last couple of years,
I mean, in Congress.
have you had incidences that have caused you to be in fear for your life for addressing these issues?
Yes, personally. Yeah.
Did you see it? Yes, personally. And then watch what he did.
Yes, personally.
Tight lip. How many times have we seen Elizondo do that after lying?
Yeah.
Do you have...
He said it twice, which means he's trying really hard.
Yes, personally. Yeah.
He nodded his head yes. He said yes. And then he said it again at the end. Yeah. 3 times in 4 seconds. He told us, yeah. You know what that means, right? Lie. Fake.
Do you have any information that the U.S. government is involved in a disinformation campaign to deny the existence of certain UAPs?
Yes, I am the disinfo. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
I can't go beyond what I've already stated publicly.
Yes, and they're right here behind me. Please turn around and point to Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp. Please just do it for me. Oh, God, look at that guy.
Publicly in my News Nation interview because it touches other sensitivities.
If you're right, if you're telling us the truth, everyone, the entire American public, has been lied to for decades.
Yeah, there's a sophisticated disinformation campaign targeting the U.S. populace, which is extremely unethical and immoral.
You are saying to the human race, for the first time, an official intelligence representative at a high level from the US government is saying publicly, we are not alone.
We're definitely not alone. Absolutely, the data points empirically that we're not alone. Yeah.
Do you see the play on words? Do you? Do you see how David Grush said, yeah, we're not alone? Of course they're not alone. They're in the same room together. That's how he's telling himself it's okay to say these things. Because he's not lying. I'm not alone. We're not alone. We're together. But I'm not going to say that. But I know it's implied that because he's talking about UFOs, that you would think it would be implying he's talking about aliens as well. But the reality is, David Grush never says what you think he said, what the mainstream media says he said. Watch the interview with News Nation and Rose Cuckold and watch the hearings again. Because David Grush never admits it, that these are alien. And I said it earlier, there's craft and there's pilots to the craft. Not aliens, not NHI. Even if he said NHI, prove it. Prove him right or wrong. You can't. But he never puts it together, the sentence that says aliens are here, aliens exist on Earth, we captured aliens. No, he says pilots. Pilots could mean a monkey. It could mean a giraffe. It could mean a little person. It doesn't mean alien. And he never said that. See, that's why I don't like David Grush. And this is why I think the whole entire thing is window dressing for something else. It always has been, it always will be, and it'll never change. Once you believe that, then you could focus in on the real problems and successful things that are happening in ufology. Once you realize the government is removed from the equation, you could have an honest research session. You could go down the rabbit hole. And the sad thing is, and I don't mean to say sad, but you're going to have to go to the people because we're the ones that are having the experiences, not them. And if they are having them, we're not going to get the full story. So guess what? We're back to us, where everything should be, back on the civilians. And look, I think we've come far enough that we could discern who's telling the truth and who's a liar. I know there's new people here every day. There's new liars here. There's people that are finding new ways to trick us. Anybody who has a UFO sighting, it's going to be like mine. Dots, shadows, not perfectly disc-shaped crafts. Not anything, because it's just not happening. Why do you think over 30, 50, maybe 100,000 people saw the Phoenix Lights in 1997 and there's no video, no photograph of it? How's that even possible? Did it happen at all? I didn't see it. But I did see something on April 14th, the next month. Holy crap. Anyway, we are looking at anything that comes from the government, you just can't trust. Ever. Because it's not about us. It's about them covering up the truth. And why? Because they've got the goods. And if they got the goods, they don't want to just come out and say, we've got alien technology, because guess what? That could start some kind of shit between China, Russia, and all the other countries. I think there's an agreement that nobody's going to announce disclosure unless they all talk to each other and get together. I think there's that kind of agreement that you and I don't know about. Because if we come out and say it, the whole world changes overnight. So you can't just, you'll have catastrophic disclosure. That is going to be catastrophic if they do it that way. But it won't happen, not anytime soon. So we've got a long time, at least another 10 years before we can talk about disclosure again. There's supposedly a cylindrical object that's going around the internet that was recorded. Oh, they deleted it over Beijing. Gosh, dangity-doo. Let me see if I got it here. Hold on. See if they removed it here. Come on. I think I got it. I don't understand yet. Hold on. No video. Oh, wait. Oh, here it is. Let me make sure it plays. Oh, my gosh. All right, here we go. How does this happen? I think I just figured out what it is. I was going to say, every day, it's always a new shape, a new something. It's never the same stuff. Look, I think I know what it is, though.
不知道是什么东西。你们看，这是个什么东西啊？妈，你先别说话，妈，你先别说话。妈妈，你别说，我就不会给这个钱呢。妈妈，你别说话了。
Does anybody believe we're looking at a reflection, maybe? Something's wrong with this.
我的天哪，王楠，这绝对是 UFO。
I don't know if she's pointing up in the sky. I can't tell. I see reflections over here. I think this is a reflection off of her window, and I think this is coming from her dashboard. Yeah, this is... I think she's just lying. Oh, well, she went under a bridge or an underpass. You can see it. So, yeah, it might be up there or a reflection. We need another camera source. This is too convenient. Nah, I'm not buying it. No, I don't buy it. And it's Mavi too, so, you know, real skeptical there. I don't know what that is. Can't tell what it is. It could be drone activity. I don't know. It takes too long. I don't know. Too long. Hold on. All right. Here we go. Third phase of moon. I don't know about this next one. Here we go. Giddy up. Hey, get me out of there.
We just got this about 2 minutes ago right here at Third Phase of Moon via our email, so we wanted to get your opinions. We're pretty much going to throw it out and say it's just a drone, but when we're looking at it a little closer, it does seem that this craft is traversing behind these tree lines, and it's not making any noise whatsoever, and it's definitely looks commercial to me, but it has an interesting attribute to it. Brent?
Well, the best part about this is that it's pretty large because it does go behind the trees. It's not your just typical commercial consumer drone. This thing's something else, possibly more military as far as I'm concerned, or some sort of new tech coming out that we're going to be seeing here pretty soon.
Could these be like false flags, kind of new technology, new drones to mimic something that seems to be an alien encounter?
Yeah, it seems to have this sort of like curved edge to me, so it doesn't really seem quite like a drone when I first look at it, but the flashing lights on it really kind of make it seem like a drone.
I'm looking at this again, just the comparison, the size, you can see it's massive. I'm estimating the size of a car.
13th, just right around the corner, and we're going to be there on location, holding the fire to the feet of these people, the lawmakers that hold the information. And we believe...
Isn't it holding feet to the fire? I like holding fire to the feet. Yes! Holding fire to the feet. That is so much better.
That sometimes these government officials just aren't read in, and they don't know what to ask. They have no idea. We've been following the subject matter for over 15 years. We've made a lot of connections, and the questions that we bring to these lawmakers kind of put them in a situation that they don't even know how to answer it. But then we give them some briefing, some insight of what you need to ask to get to the bottom of disclosure. So we're going to be there, and we're going to be covering this. And unfortunately, what's happening from what we're hearing is these eyewitnesses that are going to be testifying at this hearing it's nothing new. They're second, third-hand witnesses. They're not first-hand eyewitnesses. And that's what we're going to be bringing in our documentary, Battle for Disclosure. But with regards to the witnesses coming forward, I got a feeling it's going to be a nothing burger. That's where we're showing up there to keep a close eye on what's going on.
Look how beautiful that place is, right? The architecture. I'm a little jealous. I want to be there. Looks like fun.
Yeah, the first thing we're going to do, people have been asking us, what's going to be the big questions? Well, we're just going to get straight to the point. We want the craft, we want the debris, and the bodies. That's all we need. And then they should bring that to the table, and then this will be all over. And then we'll have a disclosure. But I'm thinking, again, we got powerful people. We're talking to congressmen, and that's interesting because this is all going to be tight and fluid. We're going to be sharing real-time footage as we're there. So subscribe right now because You're going to see this all happen in real time on location. The best part is we have the connections. So we just need to get the people bringing out the real evidence, and they might just be too afraid to do it. And then you got to spend 3 days to get it. Check out Battle for Disclosure. We'll see you right after this. Don't go anywhere.
You don't know that at the very top, that whole project is being run illegally.
These are brand new witnesses, and they've got bombshell information to talk about.
These technologies are unsanctioned. They are illegal operations, and this can be proven in any court of law.
It's like, wow, nobody's coming after us. We're going to do this until we can get away with it.
They would have so much control over everything if they had that.
If this information was all released, it could fall into the wrong hands.
They're using security as a cover for illicit or illegal or even treasonous activities.
The members of Congress didn't have the detailed information of the precise location.
Where they keep the bodies, the craft, the debris, all the evidence that we've been searching for the last 80 years.
He knew how to keep a secret. Secrets were his stock and trade.
They're literally making their own money to fund their own projects.
We have a source currently in the deep black world.
It doesn't matter if you're president of the United States, you're not going to talk about that.
There was this large monolithic slab. Looked like it was elevated off of the ground.
It is traumatic.
Look, this is the most top secret shit you've ever heard of.
That looks pretty good. And that's it for tonight. I want to thank, I also want to thank Dinkamazi for the $10 on PayPal that snuck in there. I appreciate that. A longtime subscriber and a supporter of the show. Dinkamazi! Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And everybody, thank you very much for hanging out tonight. Moderators and you super chatters, thank you so much. The support and everything for being here. We had a nice night tonight, so let's keep the ball rolling and not stop the insanity that is ufology. We need truthology in ufology. I said we need truthology for ufology. We do it for you. Why do you got to say it like that? We do, and thank you. Newcomers, veterans, making it happen in the chat room. Grazie. Grazie. We'll be back tomorrow with a new show at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific, right here on the tubes. Jeff Willis is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll have shows every day, as long as I can breathe and not bleh. All right, we'll see you guys on the flip side. Have a great night. And if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. I still don't like it, but all right. Alien bless.
Look at this thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over? And why did it stop one of the most treasured sites in Christianity?